All right, golfers, you asked for it. Here it is. Full compilation of every single golf ball review we've done in the last year. Have at it. And I really like that ball. Hey everybody, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. We're out here at Paint Branch on a first game of the winter type of day. It's not super freezing cold, but it's not warm either. So we're going to be trying a new ball out here today, the ODIN X1. So I think this is billed kind of as a competitor to the Pro V1 X. I am a 22 handicap, so it's not necessarily the ball built for me, but we're going to try it out because I used it in a round last week when it was a little bit warmer, and I really liked that ball. So I want to try it again, make sure that what I was experiencing then I still like, and we'll talk about how it feels, how it flies, how it comes off the clubs, and see where we get with that. All right, here we go. All right, so we got the first shot of the day here, and it's not too bad. It goes off to the right just a touch, but it doesn't go into that water, and I can get a little hybrid out here. That was a pretty decent shot. Sounded pretty good, felt pretty good. The thing about these balls is they don't really feel like anything coming off the club. Even this miss hit, so I really thinned the heck out of that with the iron, but landed on the green, actually went through a little bit. So see if we can get a decent chip on here and get close to the pin on this. Great shot. All right, easy putt. What? This is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this replay. How? It's like the force field, man. That is golf, dude. All right, let's try again. All right, nice little kind of chip onto the green here. This is a short par 4. Excuse me, short par 3. And yeah, just right above the hole. I love it. Fix some divot marks that aren't even mine, just to get that karma rolling. I didn't hit it. It was downhill, and I was afraid of it. Need to hit that more. See if we can get this par. Again with the break right before the hole. It's crazy. Certainly I can get this in, though, for the bogey. Please, gosh. There we go. Okay, so the ODIN X1, so far, so good, man. This ball is a 3-piece urethane cover, and it feels like it. It doesn't feel like anything coming off of the irons. I mean, it feels really, really smooth. Putting, same. It's like really buttery feeling. My putting so far is not great. I've got to really work on my putting. It's really gone downhill recently. But as far as how it feels coming off the putter, this ball feels really good. So, these things are around $350 a ball, so you don't want to be losing them. So far, I haven't lost any, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Famous last words. All right, so sorry about the wind noise in this video. I'm trying to tone it down as much as I can, but it was kind of a windy day out there. So this shot's great, man. Landed right on the green, stayed on the green. It's a little far from the hole, but left me with a little downhill. It's going to break a little bit from right to left, and so I'm trying to just finesse it. Man, once it goes past the hole, it just won't stop. So we'll try and realistically just get this close enough to the hole for a tap in. Taking my time. Almost goes in. I'm very happy with that kind of putting. That's something that we'll want to do all day long. So let's talk a little bit about this winter golf action. I think that winter golf is phenomenal, man. There's literally 3 people out on this course right now. You can play a couple balls. It's not bitter cold. You get a lot of good practice in. It's chill. It's peaceful. I mean, what's not to like? I swear to God. The summer, the heat of the summer type golf really does not suit me, man. I don't like the golf bros. I don't like people blaring their music. I don't like people getting hammered in front and behind me or with me. it just doesn't make it as enjoyable. This is, for me, like golf is a zen type of a game, and this is where it's at, man. I love this. So get out. If you're sitting at home watching this, get off your butt, go get your clubs, and get down to your local muni course. Let's do this. All right, another little par 3 here. This one's a little bit of a longer par 3, probably about 160, 170 yards. I get a decent enough shot on this. It goes right down to the berm. This is another shot that I did, so that's not my drive. I had already chipped onto the green and just chipped the X1 on there. So we've got this for the par. Try and get it close. Nah, we'll try and get it in. That was a great putt right there. All right, liking that putt. That was a good par save there. And so now we got a couple par 4s coming up, so we're going to really try and see how hard I can drive this thing. I'm not a long hitter by far. I mean, no pun intended. But yeah, I'm going to try and see how far we can get this thing out there. I mean, so far, look, I really like this ball. It feels so great playing with it. Everything just seems smoother, and it feels like really pure. I don't know. Whatever. Anyhow, let's see how we do on these par 4s. All right, now time to drive. Push it out to the right just a little bit, but stays in play in the low rough, so shouldn't be a big problem over there. Man, I did not get a good shot on that, but I got really lucky and it skirted right up to the hole there, so you can tell I'm a little frustrated. All right, not as bad as I feared. Off the green, but not super far off the green. All right, so let's get the chipper out and see if we can get this thing close enough to get a par. I am loving this. Look at this. Look at this chip. This is why I have a chipper, you guys. Pretty close. Okay, pretty good par look. All right, this is not a gimme, but it goes. All right, well, that feels pretty good to get that par off of there, that par 4. So yeah, I'll take that. So yeah, I'd like to thank ODIN for sending me these balls out to test. They sent me a pack of them, and you know, as part of being on YouTube, one of the things that I do get is some free products. But you know, as always, I don't let that influence what I say about the products. I'll tell you what I actually think about it. Been lucky so far. There haven't been very many products that I wouldn't recommend to people, which is great. Just to be clear, I don't give good reviews because I'm getting free stuff. So just want to put that out there. All right, that shot got up there pretty close. Now we're just going to try and do a little chip on to get the flag there. Don't quite give it enough, unfortunately. I was trying not to go above the hole and have a downhill putt. Instead, I left myself a pretty long uphill putt. How can that not break down that hill? All right, back to the short par 3s. This one I didn't get the best shot on it. Kind of like topped it a touch, so it rocketed through there. Okay, I'll say. Did you ever have one of those times where you say something and it could have been coming right out of your dad's mouth? My dad always used to say that all the time. Okay, Jose. Okay, Jose. My family's Spanish, so. But yeah, so this one's for you, Dad. Love you. Okay, we did run off the back there, so we're gonna try and chip this thing on here. All right, so we'll do a little delicate chip on here, and it ends up being exactly where my other ball landed. You know, I was trying to make that, but honestly, I was really just going for the speed. Bogey golf for a bogey golfer. All right, the last of the par 3s. The wind really catches this thing up. Pushes it to the right. That wind picked up. That should have been on the green, but the wind caught it when it got up into the air. Oh well, you play it as it goes, right? Chip over the hill here. Not far enough. Okay, so this putt goes left or right and gets downhill when it gets down there, so this ought to be a little tricky. And this is a putt that I want back, man. I want this one back. I would go down the hill more. Really frustrating to get that close to the hole initially on the first shot and then come away with a 5. Okay, last hole with the ODIN X1. All right, let's see what this sucker's looking like. This is actually after 2 games, 2 9-hole games. This ball doesn't have a nick on the thing. It's perfect shape. In the game before this one, I hit like a tree and a cart path once, not a mark on it. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty durable. It's my second round with this same ball, so yeah. All right, this last hole of the 9 is always fun because I don't ever push it to the left where the water is, so I can just hit it as hard as I can. And this one really went far. That's the thing, man. I think I'm finding that the kind of tour type balls are perfectly fine for my type of game. Got to dial in my pin seeking though. Again, fixing the ball marks that aren't mine. Why can't people fix ball marks? It's ridiculous. It takes 2 seconds, people. Be better. Alright, that putt was suboptimal. It was really a chip. It wasn't a putt. I was using the chipper to chip on. So you kind of lose a little bit of control with it there. We're going to try and edge this in, coming down the hill, a little right to the left type action. This ball putts well. You can tell I was really afraid of going way past it and down the hill. Yeah, left me with a little bogey. Not a sweat. Not a problem. X1. ODIN X1. I started it up yet. Right there. ODIN X1. Is it good for high handicap golfers? Yes, it is. Is it made for high handicap golfers? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. It's good for us. So if you're looking for a ball that costs less than the Titleist Pro Vs, but performs really well for high handicaps, give these guys a try. Why not? Give them a try. Listen, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Please give us a like, give us a subscribe, share the video, comment, do all the stuff. And please, have a happy holiday season. All right, keep swinging. It's not even sanctioned by the USGA. Maybe an internet invitational would be in order for this ball. Hey guys, it's Joe, Sort of Like Golf. So yeah, we're out here at Paint Branch today. We're gonna be testing out an illegal golf ball, the MG Senior ball, which apparently is supposed to go much further, but it's not even sanctioned by the USGA. Maybe an internet invitational would be in order for this ball. Anyway, so we're gonna try it, see if it goes any further, see how this thing goes. But anyway, stay tuned. All right, so let's take a look at this thing coming off the tee. It really flies off of there. Not sure how far it went from this point of view, but it looks like it went a pretty good ways. And when I get up to it, it did go a lot farther than I normally hit this fairway. So the ball was straight enough, and I completely ruined that drive with topping a shot. I think they did too, honestly. And my son here was totally right. The geese freaked me out. My second attempt at getting up to the green actually does get on the green though, and it felt, you know, pretty decent coming off of that as well. Stuck to the green. First putt, I pushed it a little bit to the right, but you know, it rolled fine off the putter, all that kind of jazz. So yeah, no complaints so far. This short par 3, I get a really nice shot on it, and it lands right on the green where I want it to. So yeah, it felt good coming off the club. I've got a brand new putter here. I just got a Ram laser putter, so I'm still gonna have to get some time to get used to this, but this putt turns out pretty awesome. And you know, I wouldn't say this ball feels fantastic off the putter. It's not buttery or anything, but it's also not clicky. It feels fine. It feels like a normal, kind of just normal golf ball. Doesn't feel like something really illegal. I gotta start aiming left on this hole. Every time I play this hole, I shoot it out to the right. All right, let's see if we can use this chipper to get it up onto the green. Comes off a little bit hot, but yeah, it sticks on there. This was pure user error, nothing to do with the ball. I just thought that was going to break to the left. It did not break at all. Oh. Broke that time. Golf. My son jinxed me on that. He said it was in before it was in. I blame you for that. All right, so far, the senior ball, IMG Golf, is holding in there. It's got a little bit of staining on it, no big deal, no scuffs or anything. This ball feels like a normal golf ball. Still figuring out if it goes farther. We got a couple par fours coming up that we'll be able to check that out, but yeah, so far so good. All right, so as I'm hitting this one, let's talk a little bit about the ethics of using illegal equipment. I mean, I think that honestly, as long as you're upfront with your playing partners, there's no real problem. I mean, we're not out here making a living. We're not playing for $1 million. So I wouldn't call it cheating as long as you disclose it to your playing partners. I mean, I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think about using this type of illegal equipment. Illegal, by the way, just means that the USGA says it's illegal. So I guess technically it is, but it's not to the level of, you know, like stomping down grass or using your slope on a tournament for $1 million. Just saying. Okay, so here's the first of a couple par fours. So I'm gonna like give this my all on these drives and see how far this thing actually goes. Yeah, I mean, so far it's gone a little bit further, I think, than a regular ball. For me, nothing dramatic yet, but we're gonna try it on these next two to see, you know, if I really put as much as I can behind it, like what happens. All right, now let's get back to what we came for. Let's see how far this thing flies. Another good drive. Right down the middle of the fairway. I like it. Okay guys, I usually am a little bit past this 100-yard marker on this hole, and it's pretty significantly further up there, so that's pretty good. Yeah, this one was probably a good 25 yards farther than I normally hit it. Shoot. Wrong club. Ooh, I did the same thing, man. Not good. Oh, some terrible golf I'm playing here. I'm gonna blame the lie on that last shot. Here's my son coming to make his cameo appearance. So yeah, coming off the putter, this ball, like I said, feels fine. You're not gonna notice a huge difference. It doesn't feel like weird or anything. Yeah. Turns out, even with a great drive, you actually have to pick the right clubs and not thin things through the green. Who knew? Thank you. I felt like this was a really good drive. All right, here we are. This is a little bit further than I normally hit this ball, so I think I can confirm that this ball does go further. Does it go dramatically further for me, for my swing speed? Not yet, but it does go further, so. Man, I gotta tell you, I really hit this pure. That was probably the best 6 I've hit in a long time. Great. All right, maybe I spoke too soon. That iron shot was definitely further than I normally hit that club, so I think I spoke too soon. Nah, that was way too short, darn it. This putt turned out to be fantastic. Got me right up the hole, and I'm not missing this one even with my new putter. Thank you. It should be. Yeah. All Stuck to the green again, so you don't have to really, worry about it skidding off like a crazy top flight. It's been greased in WD-40. It's okay though, not bad. Oh, I can't believe that didn't fall in for that par. Stupid putter. Got a little bit right on this shot, but pin high, so not too bad there. Thank you. Another thing I got from MG Golf are these cool ball markers. So we'll mark with that. And it clips right onto my hat right there. So yeah, thanks for those guys for sending it out. Really appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Get in. Gonna have to dial in this putter a little bit. I haven't even done any practice up to this point with it. This is the first round out after I just got it the day before. All right, so the last hole of the day is a par 4. So I'm gonna take this sucker and hit it as hard as I possibly can, which means it's probably gonna go someplace I don't want it to go, but we're gonna try it and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna hit this as hard as I possibly can. I didn't think I'd get any style points from you guys, but it went. So yeah, it does go a little further. I sculled the heck out of that chip, man, and it just went all the way through the green. I swear to God, if there's a way for me to mess up good drives, I will find it. And at this point, we had some people coming right up on behind us here, so I was just putting to putt here. I'm trying to get off the course, not really putting a lot of thought into these. What do you say to like a 12 putt? Yeah. All right, guys, so the MG Seniors Ball. What's the final verdict? I think that their claims of it going further is true. It does go further. Is it a complete game changer for somebody like me? I don't know, I would call it a complete game changer. But honestly, if you have a higher swing speed, this ball will probably go a lot further for you. My swing speed's very slow, so it doesn't go quite that much further. As far as the feel of this ball goes, it feels pretty good. I mean, it feels like a normal ball. It's not anything weird. It's not super clicky or anything. My putting was totally off the rails today, not because of this ball, but because I just got a brand new putter and this is the first time I've ever used it. So your mileage may vary on that, but you don't buy this ball to putt with. You buy this ball to get it to go further. And I think that it will go further for you. So give it a try. Thanks again to MG for sending this out. Appreciate you guys. And also check out their detachable ball markers. So yeah, all right, thanks guys. Tour ball for high handicappers or softball for high handicappers? Hey guys, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. Today we're going to be looking at 2 golf balls from Snyder. One is their tour ball and the other one is their softball. So in theory, the softball should be for more players like me with high handicaps, slower swing speeds, all that kind of stuff. But I've been reading some stuff online that makes me believe that actually the tour balls go as far or more, and you actually do better with those even if you're a high handicapper. So today we're going to test that out head to head. We're going to play both balls for 9 holes and we'll see what the scores end up being. My hypothesis is it's not going to matter and I'm going to score the same with both balls, but you never know. And so we'll give it a shot. So let's go. All right, so we'll start off on hole number 1 with the tour ball. And man, my foot slips completely out from under me. Watch this. I'm going to do a little replay on this. It's just gone. It wasn't even that wet out there, just the dew, I guess. But luckily, it stayed in play. So the first shot with the softball, though, goes right in a playable position. I'm going to try and get out of this rough. This rough is, you'll see today, it's real, like, kind of spongy, and it holds the ball down deep into it. So it's really hard to get good contact on the ball. I'm going to try and use this hybrid to kind of just advance it. And it doesn't get up in the air much, but it gets back into a position where it's right in the middle of the fairway and I can hit it again. That's what I was trying to do. So let's try a higher lofted hybrid now. And we get right up to the edge of the green. So that's more like it. The softball, I get it a really nice shot on that from the other side of the rough. And it leaves me with a really close chip. I'm going to use a chipper on this to just get it up onto the green. This ball rolled out a little bit further than I wanted it to. And, of course, I missed the chip shot for the white. But look at that shot. It's like right beside the hole, so that's fantastic. And I thought I did a really good job of putting this off the fringe up there, especially downhill. It left me with 2 really easy putts for bogeys. So far so good. We're tied after one with 1 shot over par. And I cold shanked this for the orange ball there. So we'll have to go kind of save that one. Much better shot for the tour ball. Now let's talk a little bit about the feel of these 2 balls. The soft ball feels, like a typical soft ball. It has a lot of compression, so it just kind of feels solid coming off the club. The tour ball is a little bit harder feeling off of the clubs, but putting wise, it feels pretty good because you can see this putt was pretty nice for a long lag putt. Coming back off, it seems like I can't play off of the green with the orange ball, but I did a pretty good job of getting this one close enough to the pin and saving that bogey even after that cold shank. So this should be an easy par. And I pull. I pull the ball. So we're still tied. All right, another par 3 for the 3rd hole. The orange ball, I push it in this video a little bit to the right a lot of the time. And I think that's me, not the ball. Followed it up with a really straight shot on the tour ball. Sometimes those tour type balls have more spin and they can kind of go squirrely on you, but this one didn't seem to do that. Just chipping it up onto the green. This chip with the softball, this almost goes in the hole. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but it really skirted that hole. This downhill putt, I thought it was going to break, and it didn't break at all. So a knee-knocking comeback, but we sink it for another bogey, which is fine. That one was coming from a different angle, and I didn't see that break at the end. So that should have been a par, but ended up being a bogey. This is the key for high handicap golf. No matter what ball you use, something sometimes will just go wrong, and there's not a lot that you can do about that. So that's why this head-to-head, I think, is a good comparison. I pulled this shot really far left, but I got a really good bounce out of the trees down onto the fairway area. It was not quite the fairway, but into a playable position. And really made a very nice chip up into the green. This is the urethane ball, and you can see when it hits the green, it sticks there, that's a really big plus for those types of balls. You can see that, look at my feet there, how far they've sunk down into that stuff. And so it was hard to get the chipper through there, and I didn't quite get it onto the green, which is a drag. But this next chip goes right up next to the hole. So fantastic on that. This is going to leave me with an easy up and down. Even I don't miss that putt. And I'm not missing that one either. So, we'll take a bogey on that hole. 2 of them, in fact. The course here at Paint Branch in Maryland is really beautiful. It's a small little course, but it's got that creek running through it. Just really kind of scenic. So this is the first longer par 4. So we can see kind of like what the drives look like on this. Got a nice shot on this one to get it way up the right side of the fairway. And then the tour ball, same thing. I got a pretty good swing on it. And let's see where we landed. Looks like the soft outdrove the tour for me on that particular shot. My follow-up didn't quite make the green, but it was good. Now this is interesting. I couldn't find the orange ball, and I was really angry about it. It was right beside me. Look, it's right here. I didn't see it until after I had dropped another ball and hit it. So we'll switch that back out once we get onto the green. This was a really nice approach shot for my second shot here on the soft ball. And, you know, I left myself a pretty standard chip for the tour ball. So now I'm going to switch these guys back out so we can keep apples to apples for this video. And this is the worst birdie putt anyone has ever done for golf. Let's see if I can follow it up. Yeah. So I was able to at least get a par, which is great. This is a really tough par putt. And it goes in. So, it's pretty crazy out here, y'all. This is the longest par 4 on this course. And I get really good drives for both of the balls here. So you'll be able to see what the difference is for a high handicapper hitting these two different types of balls. They're completely different types of balls. So now we'll walk up there and you can see me kind of like stressing to make sure I can find the balls. That's the woe of high handicap golf. But here is the tour ball, and right over there, about 3 yards less, is the softball. So, I think that probably tells you that with really low swing speeds, the type of ball doesn't matter all that much in terms of really, crazy distance differences. And I get pretty good approach shots on both of these. I pushed the tour ball off to the right a little bit. This shot with the softball, though, was really nice. Kind of in the junk there. We're going to try and chip this up to the green. And that's exactly what I do. It's a pretty nice chip there. A little bit short, but that hole placement was right up at the front of the green, so I didn't want to go too long. For this guy, I just really misjudge it. It died in that soft stuff, and it didn't quite make the green, which is disappointing. We're going to try and use the putter to save the day. And I have to say, I didn't quite give it enough on that. With the tour, I had a little bit of hindsight, and I was able to get it a lot closer to the pin. That is a drag. These balls both feel really good on the green, by the way. I like both of these balls for putting. I don't like doing that. That's not the ball's fault. That ball rolls really fine. I just, for some reason, had a hard time putting today. Look at me looking at the balls like it's their fault. Again, I'm pushing this tour one off to the right a little bit. I did that, pretty consistently all day, and I'm not quite sure why, but it wasn't slicing over there. I just was aiming incorrectly, I think. This second shot that I did, though, with the tour ball, man, that was a nice shot. I missed the chips. I double chipped there, which is disappointing, but I did finally get onto the green and close to the hole. This is my birdie putt. I didn't quite give it enough. This was a downhill putt, and I was really afraid of it, and I wanted to make sure I at least secured the par here. And I gave myself a little bit of a knee knocker, if you'll remember from the last hole with this ball. Nothing is for sure with high handicap golf. That one, though, is dead set in the middle, so that was great. Give myself my first par of the day. And a good up and down for the orange ball as well, but because of that extra shot, now the tour ball is one stroke ahead in our head-to-head competition. So back to another par 3, and we get it right down the middle, which is great. Try and keep this orange ball down the middle as well, and that's exactly what we do. Didn't quite make the green on those, so I'm going to chip up, and this was a pretty good chip right up onto the green. This one has had a really weird lie kind of on that slope there, so I had to practice a little bit to make sure I didn't go crazy on it. But it gets up there and lands on the green and stays, which is fantastic. Putting for par, and I blasted the heck out of that. So coming back for the bogey. That is a big drag. So we are stuck with a double on that for the orange ball. Here is our par putt for the tour ball. I thought that would break. I am really bad at reading greens, you guys. I don't know how you guys get those green reads so right. But let's see if we can at least secure a bogey on this. And we do. So that's great, which puts us now 2 strokes leading into the last hole, 2 strokes better for the tour ball than for the softball. This is the last par 4, obviously the last hole. And I get 2 good drives on these, so you can again see, you know, what the distances are here. Now keep in mind, you know, if you hit the ball hard, these balls obviously are going to go a lot farther for you. I don't hit the ball hard. The white ball outdrove the red one by about 10 yards for this hole. Coming out of this like spongy stuff again, and it catches up. It's difficult to judge your swing out of that stuff, so I didn't quite make the green. But this chip, folks, this is how an up and down is supposed to work. Look at that. All right, now this is a really tough downhill, really sloping putt. And watch it break. It just snaps like crazy. I was really disappointed with this putt because I wanted to get an easy par on this hole. Just almost bad luck on that. I thought that was a pretty good putt. So it leaves me with a bogey on the final hole for the softball and a par for the tour. I was never going to miss that up and down. So the Sny Tour wins. We've got a 3-stroke difference between the tour ball and the softball. So for me, you know, I'm thinking at least, you know, you might want to say that the tour type ball for high handicappers is going to work. It gives you a little bit more distance, it looks like, and it certainly didn't hurt my game.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. Please give us a like and a subscribe, and stick around for more high handicap golf. Thanks a lot. Keep swinging.
Hey everybody, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. I'm here in wild, wonderful West Virginia, where you can pay $10 for 9 holes. Yes, you heard that right, $10 for 9 holes at Willowwood Golf Course right on the Greenbrier River. River's right over there. We're gonna try and stay out of it today. Today we're gonna be looking at some Snyder balls. These are the Snyder SnySpeed. SnySpeed. So we'll see if this fits my game. You know, I'm a high handicapper, about 24 right now, and so I don't hit the ball super far, but we'll see if this guy works for me. All right, let's do this.
So only a hole and a half into this game, but man, I'm liking this ball so far. It's really flying off the driver like crazy. It's like, seems like it's going a lot farther than where I normally hit it. So we'll see. I mean, my club head speed is low, man, in 80s. So anytime I can get a little extra distance is great. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, straight up the hill, but you don't want to go long because then you're off the green again. What did I just say? Two doubles down to bad putting. And you know, the crazy thing is, this ball feels great off the putter. It doesn't feel clicky at all. It's not like bouncing off there or anything. I just don't have a feel for the green. So, gotta get this on track, man. All right, that's more like it, getting back to bogey golf. I gotta get a par out here though. Make up for one of those doubles. Okay, so I play this golf course quite a bit and I know where I hit the ball. I'm pretty consistent. I'm not great, but I'm pretty consistent. And I can tell you for sure this ball is going longer than the normal ball that I play. So yeah, it definitely comes off the tee for low swing speeds and does pretty good. So your mileage may vary, but for me it's working pretty well. I'm on the green. I don't know if it stayed on. Okay, all things considered, I consider that a pretty good shot. Really not judging these greens. Yeah, there we go. Finally got a par out here. All right, one of those doubles is erased. That was the best bogey save I've ever done. This is my new favorite ball officially. Man, this thing flies far. So if you're slow swing speed and you're looking for something that will really come off of your club face, SnySpeed is possibly that ball. So overall impressions are this ball flies really far for people with low swing speeds like me. This is going to be definitely one of the farther balls that I've hit. Around the greens, I don't think it checks up quite as much. It's not quite as soft on the greens, and it's not bad putting, but it is a little harder than some of the other balls that I've tested. Not clicky though. It's not clicky. I like it on the greens too. I just need to like learn these greens. But yeah, I think where this thing really shines is distance. It really is putting me down the fairway, that's what I need. This is fantastic. So yeah, great. All right guys, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. So yeah, the day has arrived. We're here with the new Amazon golf ball, what they're calling the Core Soft. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. This is gonna be on an actual real golf course, no simulators. It's an actual course here at Sligo Creek in Maryland. And this is gonna be from the high handicapper's perspective. I'm at 22.9 right now. So we're gonna be going from the front tees. We're gonna see how this thing does for actual real life high handicappers, because at $1 a ball, I think that's who it's made for. So let's check this thing out. Okay, so first hit, I can't say that was my longest drive ever, but honestly I was just trying to get a good look on it and keep it in the fairway and give it a chance for playability. So I succeeded in that. So here we go. We're going to get down here and see about what it's going to do for us on approach shots. Too early to tell on the driving. I'll report back. Four. All right, so that thing carried pretty far on this green. I got a feeling this ball is going to be fast here, so let's see how this goes. Okay, a double on my first hole with this ball. Let's hope it gets better. The thing I learned off of that is that it really pops off that 35-degree chipper. I mean, it really jumps off of it. I barely hit that thing and it went way past the hole. So that's something I'm gonna have to watch for. As far as the putting feel, so far, it's fine. Didn't feel clicky at all. Didn't feel super soft. Kind of just there, honestly. So here we go. We'll see what this little par 3 does for us. Okay, guys, I will take that shot all day, every day. Right on the green, pin high. All right, fantastic. All right, guys, I'll take that par all day, every day. That is fantastic. Okay, this is my new favorite ball. I say that every time. No, we'll see. We still got a long way to go. It's only 2 holes, but yeah, I mean, it was good on that hole. So we'll see if we can keep it up. Oh, did it come out soon? Okay, I'm gonna try to just bump this thing up there and see what happens. Fluff, man. Shoot. Shot it a little bit, but I'm pretty close. Okay, that was suboptimal. You gotta commit to those chips, man. I was trying to baby it. Dumb. Man, it wasn't the ball's fault. That was all me. I got it right on line, didn't put enough behind it though. Okay, so far so good on the greens with this ball. It feels good coming off of the club for one thing, but you know, it's not clicky. I hate clicky balls. And with these two-piece balls, especially because I saw this one cut in half in another channel, I'll link to that, and the cover is really thin for this ball. So that sometimes can make them feel really clicky and like plastic, and I hate that. And this doesn't do that. So, you know, there we go. Okay, I think that ended up on the green. I just say that ball though, it feels weird coming off the club. Like, it feels dead. That's the only way I know how to describe it. And I know I got it like pretty pure, but it felt like there was a lot of grass between the ball and the club when it hits. But whatever, results speak for themselves. I'm on the green, and I don't usually get on the green, so that's awesome. Okay, this pin placement is uncalled for. Look at this. Look at that. It's right on the side of the freaking hill, man. That is not right.
Oh, stop, stop. Oh, no. Dude. 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 It lipped out.
I know.
Oh my God. That is uncalled.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how you're supposed to play this hole.
I don't really know either.
It's wild. I don't know.
I've never seen anything like it.
I'm done on this one. Sligo Creek has got some explaining to do, man. That whole placement, that was bullshit. Okay, I have to say that nothing would have stayed up on that green. Nothing. This thing almost dropped in for a birdie, and I ended up with the max score on that hole. This game. The groundskeeper, man, that guy's a sadistic son of a... Yeah, I think that's where I want to be. Again, fine with that.
Yeah,
Not in the water, man.
great putt. Thank you.
hit when you top the crap out of it.
Hey, it went through the tree.
Yeah, it got up there. Yeah, I'll take that. If that rolls off the green, I am going to be finding out where the greenskeeper lives if that rolls off the green.
What can you do?
That's where I wanted if it doesn't go all the way to the creek, man. We'll see. Oh, darn. Made it over. These balls are survivors. See if it hung on. So this will be a good test to see if this ball hangs on a green, because it should have checked up there. We'll see if it did or not. And it did. It did. Checked right up. Fantastic.
Come on.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Come on. Oh, almost. Yeah, good. Okay, all right. So let's talk about the Amazon Core Soft. Where is it? There it is. So, by the way, the ball is holding up well. I mean, it's no marks, just some grass stains, nothing crazy. So, I think for driving, probably not as long as the normal ball I use. Now, my swing speed is low, man. I don't hit the ball hard at all. So, your mileage may vary on that. But I know where I hit it on this course, and this one's going a little bit shorter. On approaches, honestly, it's fine. Putts, as good as any ball I play. I feel like it comes off the putter really good. Look, for $1 a ball, dude, what do you got to lose? Just get some and try them. All right, listen, thanks a lot for watching Sorta Like Golf. We really appreciate you. Give us a like and a subscribe if you can. And, let me know what you think about these things. All right, take it easy. Hey guys, it's Joe with Sorta Like Golf. Today we're gonna be looking at the Snyder Soft Plus balls. They sent me out a big sample pack of all their balls, so I'm kind of working my way through them. And these guys are kind of like what are supposed to be for people like me, high handicappers, softer, easier to hit, farther, that sort of thing. So let's check them out and see how they go. All right, we'll start it off with the driver. This thing feels really nice coming off the driver. It has a great sound coming off, and right down the middle. You can't beat that. So that's great. I typically use a Max Fly straight fly, and so I'll be kind of like comparing this ball to that one. So far, so good. The straight fly's got this technology that keeps it right down the middle with the dimple pattern. This one doesn't have that, but I had no problem, as you can see, keeping that in play, which is great. Oh, how can that not fall? This is going to be a theme for this episode, by the way. I should say that this ball feels really good coming off of putters. It's not clicky at all. It's a soft ball, so it kind of has that going for it to begin with, but it really feels buttery off the putter.
Now on these little chip shots kind of coming up, I was just trying to do a little bump and run on that one. And, you know, not bad. I overshot it just a little bit, but we're still trying to work out those greens. So let's see how we do with this putt. Almost, man, almost.
Almost getting pars, man.
Yeah, like I said, this ball feels really good on the putting surface. Got a little hybrid here. I tend to push balls out to the right, and this one is no exception, but I can tell you that it's controllable. And the chipping up onto the green was really nice feeling with these balls. The soft cover really kind of made it responsive. And gosh, just really unlucky in this round with these putts barely missing the hole. This is more user error than anything to do with the ball. There's another hybrid shot. You'll notice I'm not really going all out on a lot of these shots. I'm trying a new swing out, and I'm really just trying to make good contact with these. This was a complete misjudgment. Didn't quite give that one enough. You can see the water coming off there. It was like a 730 round, so the dew hadn't even burned off yet. I was pushing everything off to the left. So the thing about these balls, this is the soft version of the Snyder balls, and so this is made, you know, for the kind of like higher handicap set to get it up and down the course. And if you hit it correctly, it will go. I really just kind of botched that shot, but it still made it up there to, you know, I've got a little chip for birdie there. So far so good with really solid bogey golf, which is really what I play. And like I said, this thing feels good coming off the driver. It's not slicing all over the daggone course or anything like that, which is great. You know, I got issues coming out of rough. Add a little luck to the equation there. But look, just a real smooth swing with this hybrid, and gets it right up next to the green. That's what you want, man, as a high handicapper. And this one actually hits the flagstick. Unfortunately, it bounced a little bit too far on me, as you'll see here in a second.
Oh gosh, I couldn't have aimed it better.
Man, I was so afraid of that downhill. This has nothing to do with the ball. This is just like a horrible example of putting. I usually do much better on my putts than this hole.
That is what you cannot do. That's what you can't do. Golly, man. Having a good round until now.
All right, let's get over that obligatory high handicap blow-up hole.
It's not over yet, man.
Gonna try and nestle this one up close. All right, easy putt. Oh my God, worst putt ever. Dude, commit to the putts. This was all me. You got to commit to those. That should have been a par. All right, that wasn't a bad little chip up onto the green there. Maybe overshot it a touch. But again, this thing feels good coming off the putter and gives you a lot of confidence. If I can two-putt all day, I'm a satisfied golfer. All right, last drive of the day. And it's a good one. Push off to the right, which is good. I was actually aiming to the right on that one because there's water on the left. Landed right in the fairway. And chip right up to the green, man. Goes exactly where I want it to go.
Thank you.
All right, one last putt for par. Oh my God.
All right, let's see how this thing did after 9 holes. Any damage at all? No. I think it looks exactly like we started. It's one of those iometer balls. I tell you what, it felt really good coming off the putter. It felt good coming off the clubs. It went as far as I expect it to. I like it.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today at Sort of Like Golf. So yeah, the Snyder. You know, the Soft Plus is, I think, right up my alley, man. Slow swing speed, soft ball. That's a recipe for success in my book. Listen, give me a like and then give me a subscribe if you can. I would really appreciate it. And keep swinging. Okay guys, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. Thanks for hanging out with us. Today we're gonna be looking at the Snyder Pro X. So I wanna see if playing this tour level ball will help me as a high handicapper and how it feels coming off the club, those types of things. So stick around, let's check it out. All right, so starting off with the driver, I will say that I'm not in the target market for these balls because my swing speed is slow. So really let's look at the iron play a little bit here. It feels really good coming off of these irons. I felt like the ball kind of pops off the club face, but check this. Once it gets up there, man, it rolls up right where I need it to go. And you'll see here in a little bit, the urethane cover on this is a 5-piece ball, and the urethane covers really stick to the greens. I will say also that it feels really good coming off the putters. It's not clicky at all, nice and buttery. So check this out. I've got this is just a pitching wedge. Doesn't quite make it there. It's because I picked the wrong club. But watch this chip up onto the green. I mean, it rolls pure, and it gets me right up near that pin.
Thank you.
Again, we've got coming off the putter. Feels good, and I was pretty unlucky for this thing not to go in the bottom of the cup. That might be user error. So you'll see a theme here of me pushing things off to the right. I typically use max fly, straight fly balls for that reason, because it kind of helps me stick straight. This doesn't have that feature, obviously, so your mileage may vary. However, all right, that really checked up big time. Wow, thought that was going to be gone. I'm telling you, these balls really stick to the greens when you get it up there. The spin on the greens is a lot higher than what I normally play, and I really like the fact that when I get it onto a green, which I miss a lot of greens, so when I get it there, I want it to stay. It does stay, so that's really good. Now, this shot was just a complete miss hit because I was trying to get under that tree, so ignore this. Not the ball's fault. So one more chip up to the green here. I need this to stick. I had to hit it pretty hard to get it there. Look how close we got for that. That's fantastic. That's the thing I really loved about this ball, is that when it lands on the green, it stays where you put it. Here's some thoughts on the Snyder Pro X. So if you're like me and you have a tendency to slice, this might be a tougher ball for you to hit. However, the great thing about this ball is how it feels around the greens. This thing feels fantastic around the greens, and it checks up like crazy, which is fantastic. A lot of times high handicappers have a tendency to hit things too far and roll them out, and this will definitely set up on the green, so that's really a plus for it. You just got to be realistic with yourself on your drives. So, but yeah, this definitely feels a lot like a Pro V1 X, and I think it's a worthy competitor to that. So, all right, thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Snyder sent me out a whole box of balls to try, so I'm going to be having several more of these videos coming through in the coming weeks to let you know how their other balls do. I'm really excited for some of these because they're right up my alley. So stick around for that, and thanks for watching. All right, everybody, it's Joe from Sort of Like Golf. Good to see you. So the 2025 official golf ball test for My Golf Spy just came out, and it proves something that we've been saying for a long time. For slow swing speeds, high handicap golfers, you're wasting big money on Pro V1s. All right, so taking a look at this chart, this shows all the golf balls that they tested sorted by low swing speed. But when we drill down to just the Pro V1s, we've got the Pro V1 left dash, the Pro V1 Normal, and the Pro V1 X, all right? So you can see that those are, pretty standard. So let's crunch a little data because one of the balls looks a little bit out of place in the middle of these. The Pinnacle Rush, the lowly Pinnacle Rush, has a total carry of 222 yards, and that matches the Pro V1, all right? Look at that. The carry is 188. The Pro V1's carry is 189. The Pro V1 left dash is less than the Pinnacle Rush, and it's directly in line with the Pro V1 X. Now let's look at the prices. $54.99, $54.99, $69.99, $19.99 for 15 Pinnacle Rushes. That's under $2 a ball. $1.30 a ball. Folks, quit spending money on these crazy expensive balls. You don't need it. The stats are right here. A robot did this. I'm not making this up. If a Pinnacle Rush has got the same performance as a Pro V1 and a Pro V1 X, why on God's green earth would you pay $50 a dozen? All right, please like and subscribe if you can. We're really trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Give us a sub. Thanks for watching. This is Sorta Like Golf. Hey everybody, welcome back to Sorta Like Golf. Today we're going to be looking at 4 great balls for high handicappers, and this time we're going to be looking at the direct-to-consumer balls that are out there. There's a lot of choices, but these are 4 that I have personally tested myself. So first, what do we look for in a ball as high handicapper? So I'm a 24.3 handicapper. Number 1 for me is feel. I want it to feel good coming off the club. I want it to feel good on the putting surface. And it's got to, not be clicky and that sort of thing. So that's very important. All right, number 2, forgiveness. Hit a lot of shots that are a little bit outside the bounds of good golf, and I don't want to be penalized for that within reason. The balls should definitely have a little less spin so that they don't go crazy, to the left or to the right if you don't hit it exactly right. Number 3 is important, affordability. Sometimes we're more prone to lose balls, and I don't want to be losing balls that cost me like $5, $6 per ball. So nothing on this list is going to be up there, but I'll still go over a little bit about, how much they are per ball. Visibility is important. I like to have the option of a high visibility ball. Finally, the cool factor. I think most of these balls come with that cool factor. There's no top flights in here. There's no noodles and anything like that. These are all direct-to-consumer brands, so there's some cool factor there. Okay, so the cut ball is a moderate-priced ball, and it's a 3-piece, but it's got a two-piece price. You can find these things all over the place. I think Walmart's got them, but I get them online. The cover is urethane, which is great, and it gives it a really soft feel for this ball. You'll notice a trend in most of the balls in this video. I'm kind of tending towards urethane lately. Just seems to have a much better feel off the face, whether it's from the irons, the driver, or the putter. In terms of the cons for this ball, I only got average distance for my swing speed, nothing special out of this. I mean, it was fine. It went far as I thought it would go, but nothing crazy good. It wasn't super forgiving. If I had mishit it, it flew off a little bit more than some of the others on this list. And it's only in white, so that's kind of a drag. All right, the Snell Prime 2.0. So this is a really good price for a urethane ball. It's under $2 a ball. The distance from this one was good, and I really like the Snell brand. I think that they make good quality products. They're kind of unusual, so that makes them kind of cool. But the key thing about these balls, the Prime 2.0, is that they really hold the green. I miss a lot of greens, so when I hit one, I really want it to stick on the green, and these balls actually do that really well. The cons, there's no slice reduction like on the Max Flies that are kind of my favorite. I'll link to those. And I prefer orange over yellow, although I'll take the yellow. The yellows work fine on this. At least it's something other than white. Okay, number two is another Snell ball. This one's called the Get Sum, which is a wild name, but really good distance on these balls. I know I talked about the distance thing earlier, but this one is noticeably longer than any of the other balls on this list. They have a really good feel for a non-urethane ball. The forgiveness is good. If you kind of strike one a little off center, it doesn't go crazy. And you don't need a high swing speed to make this thing go far. This has become one of my go-to balls for any like courses that I go to that have a lot of par fives, because this ball gets off the driver. The cons are the name. I can't get over this name. It just seems so bro-tastic. It's not my favorite. There's no slice reduction on this, and it does come in yellow, but again, for just like the other Snell ball, there's no orange, which is my favorite, so that's kind of a drag, but these are good balls for high handicappers. Number one on my list is the Sugar Quad. Of all the balls that I've recently tested, this one is far and away the best one. The feel on it is amazing. The cover is fantastic. The distance is good. It's really forgiving. You know, when you hit it a little offline, it doesn't go severely offline. But the chipping and putting feel is definitely the best I've tried. I chipped out of the bunker with this ball, and it was the best bunker shot I've ever done. It's also very affordable for a 4-piece urethane ball, which is great. This is like the kind of top of the line sugar ball, I think, and you know, I was very pleased with this ball. The cons, it is a little more expensive than the others. It's about $4 a ball, and it only comes in this weird 8-pack, which is kind of strange. Also, it only comes in white, which is kind of a bummer, as we've talked about in terms of the visibility. The cool factor, though, is very good with Sugar. I think they're unusual and neat, and they inspire you to hit, you know, with confidence. I can't recommend this one enough. It's a great ball. All right, the one I didn't like out of this batch of balls that I've tested, it's the Cut Red. It's very cheap, which is good, I guess, if you're looking for the cheapest balls out there. But the ball flight seemed a little weird with my swing. Again, I have very slow swing speed, so your mileage may vary. But the big issue here is the quality control issues on some of the batches. Like the balls that I got had serious quality control issues. So buyer beware. All right, thanks for watching this little roundup. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And let me know in the comments what your favorite go-to balls are. Keep swinging.
All right, hi everybody, it's Joe with Sorta Like Golf. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about some great balls for high handicappers. Just full disclosure, my handicap right now is 25, so I'm definitely high handicap. These are the ones that I have played and personally know that work for me as a high handicapper. But given all that, there are a few things that I look for. The first is feel. And by feel, I mean a few things. One is the feel off of the club face, be it a driver or a long iron, but especially the feel around the green. When I do a chip and when I putt, those are very important to be able to not have a real plasticky, clicky feeling. I don't like that at all. I want to have it a little bit softer and feel like I have a little more control around the green and on the putting surface especially. The second thing is forgiveness. As all high handicappers, I struggle to stay in play, and that's the most important thing for me, is to stay in play. So if I hit a shot that's not quite perfect, it can't be rocketing off to the right or to the left. It needs to have that built-in forgiveness in the ball, and so that's a big piece of the picture for me, and I think for most high handicappers. The third thing is affordability. I don't lose that many balls, to be honest, but I know a lot of high handicappers do, but I am cheap. $60 for a box of balls, that is not cutting it for me. I'm not going to be doing that. So affordability is a big piece of this. Visibility is another huge piece. Just like we were talking about with the forgiveness, I got to be able to find this ball. If I can't find it, that's where strokes really rack up. So I want something that is going to be glowing out there. I don't want to be searching for something that's blending in. It's got to glow for me. Finally, there's a cool factor that comes into play. I'm not the biggest person for cool factor, but you know, I want it to be fun. Golf is supposed to be fun, so there's that. So you may notice that I didn't mention distance in what I look for, and there's a big reason for that. For me, and I think for a lot of high handicappers, it doesn't matter what ball you play in terms of distance, because the ball you play is not the problem with your distance. The problem with your distance is technique. And no ball in the world is going to be able to help you if you can't get that technique right. So in my opinion, looking at distance as a high handicapper for a reason to choose your golf ball is the wrong thing to look at. You need to look at how it feels. Does it make you want to hit good shots? Does it give you confidence? Does it inspire you to play? Those are the types of things that really make a difference for high handicappers, because the real thing that's going to get you more distance is better technique. Okay, so let's get to the list. Starting in number 4, Pinnacle Rush. So the Pinnacle Rush is the ball that I first played when I started getting back into golf, and I got a sleeve, or box of them from the pro shop, because I asked for the cheapest ball they had that was still good, and the guy gave me those. And they're very inexpensive, but they go a pretty good distance. I didn't notice any kind of drop off in what I normally hit from these. They are right in the range that I normally get. I do track all my yardages, and so they're right on par with that. They do stay pretty straight. I mean, they're not designed to be a straight ball, but the spin is low enough that it doesn't like slice off on drives, which is fantastic for someone like me, because I have a tendency to go right. The yellow version really pops. Like the color yellow that they use for the Pinnacle Rush balls is super, super easy to see, to the point now that if I'm playing in weird conditions and it's hard to find the ball, I'll use this over any other ball simply because the color is so great for that. And it's also available at literally every course. I mean, you can find these everywhere. So, I mean, those are the good things about them. The cons, they are a little clicky. They don't feel plasticky, but they definitely aren't soft, and they're not very forgiving of mishits for that reason. So if you hit it suboptimally, you will lose distance with the Pinnacle Rush. They definitely are not as forgiving as some of the other ones on this list. And there's zero swag factor. Obviously, nobody's going to be going, "Oh, what's that ball?" when you're playing a Pinnacle Rush. So there's that. Okay, the Callaway Super Soft. Great feel. This is probably the best feeling ball that I've played that didn't have a urethane cover on it. It's really soft feeling. That's why it's called the Super Soft. The distance is really good on it. This one actually goes a little further for me than some of the other ones, and that's including mishits. So it's good in that area as well. Of course, the brand name imparts confidence. You know what you're going to get when it comes out of that box. And it actually holds the green pretty well, even though I don't spin the ball that much on my approaches to the green. Specifically on hybrid shots, I've noticed with the Super Softs that they hold the green better than some of the other balls that I've played. On the cons, they are more expensive. They're not super expensive, but they're more expensive than like the Pinnacle Rush or some of the other balls on this list. And there's no slice reduction, so if you cut through the ball, it will slice over. Okay, so now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. Number 2, Vice Pro Air. I got this ball because I wanted to try a urethane cover, and man, does it pop off the tee. Even with my slow swing speed, the compression is really low on this ball, and that combined with that cover, man, it really feels like it's jumping off there, which is fantastic. The distance is good, and the cool factor, frankly, is good on these. Vice balls have a really good marketing campaign, and that cool factor kind of imparts a confidence in your swing, which is, maybe it's placebo effect, but placebo effect is real. So, I mean, that's good. And the other thing that's really great about these is the chipping and putting feel is super good. The putting feel especially is the best of the bunch on all of this, and it's all down to that cover. It feels really great coming off your putter, and is very predictable when you are putting with it. So I highly recommend this ball if you're looking for a urethane ball. The cons are it is more expensive because of that than some of the other balls on the list, but it's still really reasonable for a urethane ball. So if you're again trying to get into those, this is probably a great one to try, especially if you have slow swing speed like I do. There is no slice reduction. So again, if you cut across it, it will slice. You gotta fix your swing, folks. What can I tell you? And then the drip paint, this is the thing I don't really like about it. They don't offer orange, which is my preferred color. And the drip paint is actually like camouflage when it gets into the rough. I've lost several of these in places that I should be able to find them, but they get covered up and it kind of camouflages the ball. So I don't really like that. And I now really only play this ball when I have like very short rough and big fairways for that reason, because the combination of being expensive and losing more of them is not a great combination. But the reason it's still number 2 is because it's such a good ball in terms of feel. It really does feel nice coming off of every club in your bag. Okay, my number 1, the Max Fly Straight Fly. So I tried these just for the heck of it, and they go absolutely dead straight. Way, way straighter than any other ball that I have played. And it's not even close, like really straight. I don't think I've sliced a single one of these since I've bought it. The distance is also really good because the straighter your ball goes, the further it goes. And the orange version really glows in the rough. Like, remember what I was talking about with the Vice ball being a little camouflage? This is the opposite of that. You can see this in everything, and that's really important because I really despise losing balls and dropping shots, and this helps immensely with that. Some of the orange that you get with other brands, by the way, are not that bright. It's really weird. It's orange. You think it should be something that you'd be easy to see, but in a lot of cases, it depends on the actual hue or the actual tone of the orange that they use. And these straight fly orange balls really stick out. The chipping and putting feel is not fantastic. It's not as great as that Vice one is, but it's good enough. It's better than the other non-urethane balls on this list, maybe tied with the Callaway. But yeah, the chipping and especially the putting is good enough on this that they don't feel clicky at all. They don't feel like plastic coming off of the putter, which again, I really despise, so that's great. And they're affordable. You can get a box of these for like 15 bucks at Dick's Sporting Goods. So that's, I mean, a no-brainer, right? I mean, a ball that feels good, goes straight, and is $15. I mean, come on, that's fantastic. Now the cons with the Max Fly is it's not as soft off the putter as the urethane, but again, probably this is just nitpicking because it is still really good off the putter. And then the big box origin defeats the cool factor. There is no cool factor using Max Fly. But whatever, the cool factor for me is what my score is at the end of the round. Now finally, one I didn't like, and I don't mean to slag this, but I just wanted to point it out because it is marketed for high handicappers, and for me it didn't work. I just didn't like this ball at all. I tried it. It's the Vice Tour. So this is the lowest line of balls in the Vice lineup, and the only pro for me is that the brand is cool. You know, like I said before, I think they have really great marketing and it makes you kind of feel good about what you're playing. But the feel of these balls is all wrong for me. They're really clicky. It's very hard feeling off the face of the club. It doesn't have any slice control, and so I lose a lot of them, and it doesn't hold the green either. I think it has to do with how hard it is, and that when I'm trying to hit the green with these, there's no spin at all on them, and they just always roll right off. And for somebody like me that I don't hit a lot of greens to begin with, when it does hit, I want it to stay there. So again, your mileage may vary. Your swing is different than mine, but for me, this is one that I tried that probably I won't be going back to. Well, not probably, I won't be going back to this one. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know what balls you're playing in the comments. Love to hear about them. So thanks a lot.
All right, I'm gonna try the lineup trick here. Let's see if it works. Right on the green, y'all. Right on the green. Man, I didn't fall. Why didn't that fall? Okay, so these thick golf balls, I'd not heard of these before. But they come with this massively thick line around the entire ball. That's kind of their shtick. And it's supposed to help you not only on the greens, but also lining up your drives. So we're gonna see how that works today. They only gave me 2 sleeves, one of each kind of ball. I'm 24 handicap, so that was pretty optimistic. I'm gonna try and hold on to these. All right, as we're walking down to this hole here, I just want to call out this killer polo I've got on. This is from Shanks Golf. They're a woman-owned company, and they do a lot of things for the ladies, but they also have some really cool stuff for the guys as well. So go to the website, it's right there, and check them out. They've got some really good polos, great shirts, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, check them out, Shanks Golf. Thanks a lot for sponsoring the video. Appreciate you. Got a 2-putt out here. Man, that's a drag. Oh well. Okay, so far I feel like the moonshot is a pretty solid ball. The stripe definitely is pretty easy to use. I feel like it feels a little bit hard coming off the face of the driver. Kind of like, I don't know, not clicky, just kind of pops off the face, which is a little unusual. It's not good or bad, just a little unusual. But yeah, overall pretty solid ball. This is a 3-piece. The Pro is a 4-piece, both urethane covers, around $40 for a set of them, I think. But yeah, so after this hole, we'll switch over to the Pro and see what the difference is. Ooh, hit the flag! I thought that was gonna chip in, holy moly. That would have been fantastic. All right, so that was good, ended with a par, fantastic. And I have to say that the line did help me there. As I was lining that up, you know, it's for someone high handicap, those are pressure shots. I don't want to not make that par. Should be an easy putt, but that way I could tell if I just struck it straight through that line, it's going to go in the hole, and it did. So that's very cool. All right, so now we're going to switch to the Moonshot Pro. Looks exactly the same except for it's green. This is a 4-piece ball, and it's got that same thick line. So let's see what happens with it. Let's go. This is some rough lie here. I feel like I'm in the US Open on this one. Pulled it, but I got it on the green. It's always the goal.
Why? Why? Okay, maybe the line does work. Man, I didn't fall. Why didn't that fall? That is ridiculous.
Also want to thank Pipe Stem for having us out here today. We love Pipe Stem. A little bit buggy today, but it's nothing I can do about that. Especially June in the clubhouse. Thank you, honey. It was very nice of you to get me out here at the end of the day. Appreciate you.
I'm hugging that right edge, man.
All right, I'm gonna try the lineup trick here. That should put me right at that flag. Let's see if it works. I mean, right on the green, y'all. Right on the green. Yes. All right, almost pin high. Within about 20 feet, a little under 20 feet. Man, I will take that all day. Fantastic.
All right, I mean, the line is big. This is a big line. But I just got another par. So, what can I say? Nope, not enough, darn. That's super disappointing. Got freaked out by going past the hole. I'm just afraid to hit it. That's all there is to it. Nothing to do with the ball on that. I just didn't hit the daggone thing. All right, on to number 9.
All right, left myself another long one here, man. I gotta get tighter on these approach shots. Not giving myself a chance on these.
Oh, this close.
Again.
I am missing it on the right by an inch every time. This is ridiculous.
All right, there's 9 in the books. The thick golf, the Moonshot, and the Moonshot Pro. And there's nothing really on there. It's just dirty. No scuffs, no cuts, no marks. I mean, looks pretty good to me. Okay, final thoughts on the Moonshot and the Moonshot Pro. They're good balls. I really like the fact that they're run by like a family business, small company. So that's awesome. I think you should support them no matter what because you know, we need more companies like that. The balls come off the clubs okay. I think the Pro probably better. There was a little weird feeling coming off the driver for the moonshot. That's just for me though. Your mileage may vary on that. I don't hit the ball hard and I don't swing really hard, so it could be totally different for somebody that's a real big hitter. I will say that the stripe is useful, and it did impart a lot of confidence. I mean, I missed a bunch on the lip, but honestly, I probably wouldn't have gotten that close without that stripe. So there you go. One thing I do want to mention though is that they're not on the USGA approved list yet. They haven't been inspected, although the folks over at Thick tell me that they do conform. They just have to get them inspected so they can get on that list. But if you're looking to use these in a tournament, probably a little too early for that. But yeah, anyway, give them a shot. They're good company, and you know, I want to thank them for sending me out some balls to review. Really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. We need the subscribers badly. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so please subscribe. And yeah, keep swinging. Thanks for watching Sorta Like Golf. Alright guys, welcome back to Sorta Like Golf. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sugar Soft ball from a high handicapper perspective. So we'll see how this thing feels coming off the face, you know, how it handles around the greens and on the greens, and I'll give you my honest opinion of it. Yeah, so I think the goal today here is just to play slow, easy, smooth golf. That's what I'm going to try to do for. I don't really care about the score. I want to just take it slow, get good shots, good contact on the ball, and you know, make good decisions. I think that's a big piece of it for high handicappers. And so we'll see how this goes. All right, so hole one here at Sligo Creek. Bring out the driver, and I get a pretty good drive on it. Goes right down the middle of the fairway, leaving me with what should be a very straightforward, you know, pitching wedge up onto the green. Just take it slow, get good shots, good contact on the ball. Right off the hosel, I tell you, man. All right, let's try the chipper this time. That's a lot better. And I got a really good lick on that, and the ball did check up pretty well, leaving me with a par putt. Pushed that out to the right a little bit, but the distance was good, and I should be able to convert this bogey for our first hole. So this is a two-piece ball, and it's got a Surlyn cover. It's the most inexpensive of the line for Sugar. I tried their quad and really liked that ball. This one so far so good. All right, I picked the right club on this, but I gave it way too much because I thought the ball would get caught up in that grass, and it didn't. Still a chance for par, but I was afraid of that downhill. Trying to make it two bogeys in a row. It snapped on me right at the end. Guys, by the way, I just want to shout out 4Golf Apparel. Like, they're the ones that hooked me up with this mixtape shirt, and they're fantastic. You got to go check out their stuff. They got cool polos, they've got hats, they've got all kinds of stuff. Go check them out. 4Golf Apparel, FOR, golfapparel.com. Tell them Joe sent you. Okay, got a really good drive off of this. Pushed it to the right just a touch, right off the fairway. But it went down there pretty far and didn't get in the bunker. 9-iron right up to the green. Now let's see if it can stick for me. And it does. So I've got a birdie putt here. Let's see if this time I can actually get it to the hole. The answer is no. I'm still afraid.
Afraid to hit the ball.
So this is quite a knee knocker for par. This time, however, I get it to fall, so that's great. So Sligo Creek has got a creek that runs through everything, and this time I popped this ball up. I think I had it teed too high, and I barely made it over that creek, but it did make it over, so that was great, leaving me with a little chip up to the screen. Watch how high this ball goes.
thing is skied. I was trying to get back there to the pin, but I got it a little bit too far and it bounced all the way over. A little disappointed that that ball didn't check up on the green. This was a very difficult chip down on. I was really afraid of going off the back again, but I didn't. Unfortunately, I messed up the camera and missed the putts, but I putted in two there. Now let's take a look at the durability after a few holes with this ball. You know, these covers really, they're not like the urethane. They usually don't mark up, and this one is no exception. The ball's in perfect shape. So the issue with this is, I knew that the tee box was a little bit uneven there, but instead of repositioning, I wanted to just get the shot over with, and that was a mistake because I ended up hitting the ground on that first drive, and now I'm 3 off the tee.
All right, I know you're not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna switch these out because I'm reviewing this ball, not the green, the yellow, or not the orange one.
So I think that this shot is a little bit emblematic of what I kind of feel like might be a little issue with this ball, in that if you don't hit it really perfectly, at least for me, it doesn't go as far as I expected it to. I had that happen a couple times during this round. Your mileage may vary, but I really thought that last shot would get onto the green. Coming off the putter, this ball is a little bit clicky, just like a lot of the Surlyn Inomer cover balls tend to be. Nothing crazy. I mean, it still putts and rolls fine, but it just doesn't have that kind of buttery feel that a lot of the urethane balls have. So this was a decent kind of layup to not get near that creek. My second shot went a little bit offline, but it left me with a really good position to avoid the bunker and have an easy chip up to the green. And I keep expecting this ball to roll faster on these greens, and it keeps not rolling faster. I got to get this one for a bogey, though. I can't do a double again. Strong, confident putt that time. Falls perfectly. All right, let's try this drive one more time. This is more like it. Straight down the middle, bullet, ends up right in the middle of the fairway. That's what we like. Now, again, I would have expected this ball to make it to that green, but we were a little bit short. Now that could be player error, or it could be a reflection of not having enough club speed to fly as far as it's supposed to.
Like the pin placement.
I got my first ever birdie on this hole.
Chipped in one time.
Nice. Oh, get in.
Almost fell. And I have to say, while I did leave a couple putts short today, the facts are I only 3-putted one time in this entire round. Everything else was a 2 or a 1, and so I take that as a win. So this one is, I got a little bit too much. I kind of clubbed down. I didn't want to put a driver on it, and it went right in the creek, so I had to take a drop. But my third shot was perfect. Landed right on the green. Now I will say that when I got good licks on this ball to chip up to greens, it checked up pretty well for the most part. Again, that was a decent putt. It almost fell for me for a par. And I'll definitely take a bogey out of that after going in the water.
Bogey on that after hitting it in the water. Any day, all day.
Okay, last hole. This one's rough for somebody that doesn't hit it very far. And I pushed it over to the right a little bit to make things even worse. Because of the last hole of the day, I'm going to just give this a shot. And it almost makes it through those trees. It's the last tree.
This is content right here, bro.
He really wanted to be on the video, so I figured I'd get him in this. Let's see if he can get it through where I couldn't.
Get there. Oh,
Yes, it ricochets off that tree right onto the green, but unfortunately it went all the way over the green, and it took him a while to find it. But still, that was a great shot. Mine, however, was not. I was kind of rushing that, and I didn't give it enough. This, however, turned out to be a great chip up to the green. Fortunately, I pulled that putt just a little bit. Didn't anticipate the break at the end. See if we can put this away for the end of the round. All right, all in all, good round. Okay, so final verdict on the Sugar softballs. I think they're fine. They perform like, you know, a lot of the other two-piece Sterling ionomer balls do. I think of the two Sugar balls that I tried, the quad was head and shoulders above for me. I really like that quad ball. You can check that video out, you know, like I said. But yeah, I mean, this is a good quality offering. It's very inexpensive. You know, the guys at Sugar are super great to deal with. Give them a try. See what you think. I think you'll if nothing else, have another ball to choose from in your arsenal, and that's always a good thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. Keep swinging them. Bye.
That was a fantastic bogey save. Oh my God. Woo!
All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to Sorta Like Golf. This is Joe. Today we're going to talk about a new golf ball to me, maybe to you. It's the Cut Gray. You can get these on Amazon for about 20 bucks a dozen. And they're a three-piece ball with a urethane cover, so they're meant to kind of like challenge the big expensive balls, but at a much more affordable price. So we're going to give this a try today. We're here out at Pipe Stem. You'll see the little bees flying around my camera and some gnats and stuff. It was kind of a buggy day, but you know, so far so good for this ball. It feels good coming off of the driver, and you know, if I can not shank it, it actually comes great off of the irons. And that's one of the things that we'll be testing today is for a high handicap golfer like me and maybe you, how do these balls, you know, stack up in terms of forgivability? And so as you can see, I got a pretty good lick on that last one, put it right past the green. But when I chipped on here, it felt really good coming off of that chipper and got me within a pretty decent putt range for par. Pulled it a little bit, but it rolls really nicely. And let's see if I can sink this one. Yeah, no problem there. All right, hole number 2 for this test. I mean, look, it comes off the driver really well. It went as far as any of the other balls that I've tested, so no issues there. You know, I kind of topped this one a little bit, but I got a great roll over that hill. And again, you know, chippable distance. So this time it's going to be a little bit harder. We got to hold this green. So this is where this cover will come into play. Got it up there. Let's see if it rolled off or not. It did not. It held the green, so that's a good sign and gives me as a high handicap golfer, that means a lot because, you know, the putts are much easier than the full shots and chips. So I want to make sure that if I get on the green, it stays on. All right, so this hole is pretty wild. You go over this little ravine. I get a great lick on it and smacks that tree up there, and then it's going to roll back down into the ravine.
Bad luck, man.
Oh, it held on.
It's going to be on the green. Oh.
But this leaves me with a really difficult chip off of this angle here. Didn't really have a good stance, but I'm going to try and get up there. And again, let's see if this thing will hold with a chip shot like this. I've got to get it up in the air, and I want to make sure that I stay on that green if I hit it. Up it goes, and it lands. Did it stay on? That is the question. It did. So far so good on the urethane cover holding the green with a lot of spin coming off my shots, which my swing speed is not very fast. So to get the amount of spin I need to hold greens is a big deal for me, and this so far is doing a pretty good job of that. This time I'm able to 2-putt, and Now we're looking at another kind of long bomb type hole.
You guys see where that went?
I lost it there. Luckily, my playing partner saw it. And this chip again. Let's see if it can hold the green.
All right, please tell me I held the green on this. Oh, yeah.
It did. All right. So I got to say, you know, coming off the face of the chipping irons, so far so good. It's working pretty well for me the way I need it to work. I didn't quite give this putt enough, but it's still, I've got a par putt here, which, you know, for a 24 handicapper, par putts don't come every single hole. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that. And we get it to drop. Fantastic.
All right, par, finally.
All right, so I like how this cut gray stuck on the green when I hit it up there, because I hit it with a 9-iron, so it wasn't, you know, it wasn't straight up in the air, so that was good. Held on, so I was able to get my par.
Okay, another decent drive. Pushed it off to the right a little bit. These balls don't have any like special dimpling or anything like that to keep it straight, so you do have to make sure that you get your shot straight. But when you do get it a good solid lick on it, like here, man, it goes stick straight. So this was going to be a tough shot. I have to go over this giant bunker. You can't really see it from this angle, but man, did that turn out to be a great chip, and I was able to get it great up and down for another par. So fantastic. Really like that. So we got to check the durability here. I'll be honest, I had some durability issues with the cut reds that I tested. So I'm really keeping an eye out for that on this, but so far so good. No marks, no nothing. And for a urethane ball, that's good, because urethane sometimes tends to mark up a little bit easier. So we'll test it out of the sand here, my least favorite shot. Able to get out. Let's see where we landed. All right, not too bad. Puttable range, which is always great. So this for par. Probably a bridge too far for a 24 handicapper, but we're going to try and get it as close as we can here. It rolled through that rough like a champ, and hey, even I'm not missing this.
That was a fantastic bogey save. Oh my God. Woo! Dude, I will take those all freaking day.
All right, so here comes the last hole on our test. And this is a par 5, so lots of chances to get a lot of long shots on this. Drive went off without a hitch. Took a little bit to the right there, but again, this iron, I flushed it and it went dead straight and really far. So that's fantastic. Now let's try this hybrid. Man, I pushed the heck out of that, and I have a problem with the hybrid swing. That's not really the ball's fault. But I get a bounce off the cart path up onto almost the next tee box. So this is going to be a challenging shot on this hill. All right, decent lick, but watch this bounce. Over to the right, back over to the left. It's like a ping pong ball up there. Can't believe where that thing landed giving me a putt like this, which I completely misread. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought that there was going to be break the other way. That was a really horrible misread, but let's see if we can make up for it on these next putts and 2-putt here. So not too bad. I've got to be able to make this. And I do. I always want to see it drop in that hole. Okay, so now let's take a check of our durability. Obviously, there's going to be a mark on this ball from where it hit that cart path. I mean, that's to be expected. But otherwise, no cracks, no dimples, no dings, no gouges. Looks great. No issues there. The urethane cover really held the green very well. And, overall, I'm very pleased with this ball, especially for the price point. Around $20 for a dozen you can't beat that. So I would say for higher handicap golfers, for older golfers that don't have, that kind of swing speed that they need to really compress a V1 or something like that, this is probably a good option for you. You should give it a try. And now I'll just do a voiceover because the wind was so strong you can't even hear me talking. Basically thanking you. Really appreciate all you guys watching, subscribing, liking the channel. You're helping us grow. Keep swinging.
We appreciate you. Take care.
Sugar Quad, you're doing me right, baby.
Thanks for joining us at Sort of Like Golf. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new ball, the Sugar Quad, which is a 4-piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a urethane cover. And let's take a look and see how this ball, which is really more of a tour ball, works for high handicappers. We're going to start off with a little par 3 here. And, our tee shot was straight down the pike. Looks really good. In fact, I hit it a little bit long. So I'm going to take it easy here and see if I can use the old Texas wedge on this guy. Looks like I pushed it right a little bit, but the distance was right. Gonna try and get this par putt to fall.
I didn't think it was gonna make it, dude.
So that was super close. I did not think that was gonna make it.
All right, so we're out here with Ed Needwood, and I just want to call out this new killer polo that I've got going on here. This is from 4Golf Apparel. They're a fantastic shirt company. They sent me this to try out. It's so comfortable, and it's really just a great shirt. They've got the coolest shirts you can imagine, the greatest polos, everything out there. Go check them out, 4golfapparel.com. They're awesome, trust me on this.
All right, so let's get the driver out here. Thing felt really good coming off the driver. I just kind of pushed it a little bit over to the right. But hopefully it's going to stay in play. It did, but it was a little on the side of the hill. I couldn't reach the green because of those tree limbs, so I just tried to chip it over there. There was water in between me. So now a little bump and run. Oh, I got way too much of that. Way too much of that. I'm going to try my Texas wedge again on this to get it through this grass. But unfortunately, I didn't give it enough. I thought it was going to be smoother there. Still, let's try and 2-putt from here. I really like putting with balls with urethane covers. I think that they just feel a lot better coming off my putter. Oh, that was a good putt. All right, so nice little 2-putt.
All right, so far the ball's holding up pretty well. After 3 holes, just a little bit of grass, no big deal. Cover's looking brand new, just needs to be washed off a little bit. Yeah, good to go.
All right, this next one is a long par 4. So we switched over to the main Needwood course. We were on the executive course, but wanted to try this on the big course. Good drive there. Hey, the ball drives well. It goes pretty far for me. Didn't quite get all of that. This is kind of showing the forgiveness of these balls because I didn't get a good shot there. But let's see if we can get something better up onto the green. Yeah, so this 8-iron really got up there, and it looked like it was going to go long.
Might have gone over. No, look at that. It checked up. Still not quite on the green, but it didn't go all the way over. That's fantastic. I think that's what the urethane does for you.
Yeah, you'll notice I'm using that Texas wedge more. I think I have more control of it coming off of there than trying to chip it on. Now let's make a putt. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. All right, I really smacked this one. This is a great drive.
I think that's got to be one of my longest drives ever. That was a heck of a drive.
A little 5-wood. I mean, these balls launch, dude.
I tell you, I'm liking the distance I'm getting out of these. I'm not a long hitter by a long shot, and they're going pretty far for me.
All right, I left myself in a really good spot here. Darn, I pulled that shot.
I had a feeling that was going left.
All right, now I got to get the chipper out for this one. There's no putting through that.
Popped right out, checked right up, left me with a makeable putt. I really thought that one was going to break a little bit more. Still not too bad. 2 putting again. All right, little par 3 with the hybrid. Kind of pushed it a little bit to the right, but hopefully it'll be okay.
Not sure where it ended up. Just about the right length. So we'll see if we can find it down there. Well, darn, they caught me. Let's see if I can get out of this bad boy. It's one of my best sand shots ever. Wow.
All right, let's see if we can par this bad boy. I didn't quite get the aim right, but I didn't want to leave that one short. All right, you see I'm practicing this short one this time. It's got to go in.
That was a bogey save for the ages. Sugar quad. You're doing me right, baby. Out of the bunker.
All right, we got one more hole here. Didn't get all of that. Kind of hit it on the bottom of the club.
I'm gonna hit that one down in the foot of the club.
But even with mishits, this ball goes far, man. You can see I didn't get all of that either, but it gets down there. Now let's get this hybrid and get it up onto the green, or close to it at least. This is a par 5, so I'm not making the green with this. And definitely not making it with that shot.
Gotta get it up. You gotta get it out of that.
This is probably my best shot of the day. Right up onto the green. Now let's see if it checks. And it did. It stayed on the green. Left me with a long putt, but these balls feel good coming off the putter, like I said. Look at that distance. Perfect. I am not missing this.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching with Sorta Like Golf today. But I gotta tell you, this sugar quad is the real deal. And for high handicappers like me, I'm a 24.3. It still works. The ball's going further than I normally hit it. It feels great around the greens. I mean, you saw the sand bogey save that I got there. That could have been a sand save if I was a little better on putting, but it feels really good on the greens as well. You know, I don't have a thing bad to say about this ball. Fantastic. Sugar, thank you for sending these out. You know, they did give me the balls for free, y'all, but this is an honest review. I don't sugarcoat it. See you later.
All right, welcome back to Sorta Like Golf. Yeah, we're here today to take a test of some new balls. Well, sort of new. So Renew Golf Balls hooked us up with some logoed chrome softs. The catch is the refinished chrome softs. So I've tried 3 other of their refinished balls. I really like the Pro V1X, by the way. I'll link to that video. But we're gonna give this one, this is the last one in the bunch. We're gonna try this and see how it stacks up against my regular balls and how it stacks up against the other refinished balls. And let's see how we do. So it looks like the Chrome Soft outdrove the Cut Red by a few yards. Okay, so far so good. I mean, felt like a normal ball. I got a bogey, which is what I normally get on this hole, so okay.
Okay, so here's the cut ball, and over here is the Chrome Soft. So again, the Chrome Soft outdrove the cut by about, I don't know, we're gonna say 10 yards, something like that. Right on the green, man. All right, with the Callaway, got a par. Fantastic. It's a little muddy, but the conditions are devolving out here. What can I say? Hey, let's look at this river from hole 2. Get a beautiful view of the Greenbrier River from this course. It's fantastic. Here's a look at the course. Beautiful. Wild, wonderful West Virginia, y'all. Okay, that was into the wind, but this is my second ball, and there, up there, is the Callaway. So it's definitely outdriving the brand new ball. So that's pretty impressive. Shoot, caught that tree limb. All right, seriously unfortunate turn of events here, hitting that tree limb. Left me kind of behind the tree, and gotta get over this creek with the Callaway. All right, I think almost reached. Here on Sort of Like Golf, we're not afraid of rain. Wind is going crazy, you guys. Green. So here in southern West Virginia, there is a lot of beautiful scenery. But if you're wondering what this like grinding is in the background, it is this. We still mine coal here, and that is a train full of coal inching its way down to the coast in Virginia, most likely. Yeah, I don't think I need a new golf ball. I think I need lessons. All right, guys, listen, thanks for coming to Sort of Like Golf today, testing these refinished balls with us. Please like and subscribe. We really need the subscribers, and likes help the engagement on the videos, so really appreciate you if you can do that for us. Callaway, Chrome Soft, refinished logo. Listen, man, I don't see any difference with these balls. I really don't see any difference. I've tested now 4 of the refinished balls from renewgolfball.com. They are significantly less expensive than brand new balls of these. And, you know, maybe for a tour player or somebody that's like a 4 or 5 handicap, they might be able to tell the difference. But I'm telling you, for somebody in the mid to especially high handicap range, dude, you're wasting your money if you buy brand new. These are just as good as any other golf ball I've played. In fact, probably a little better. Today they significantly outdrove the other ball that I was testing. So yeah, it's, you know, your mileage may vary. What can I tell you? Listen, they gave me the balls to review, but they didn't pay me to give them a good review or anything like that. You know, this is my honest take on this. I don't see why you wouldn't buy these. Anyway, you do you, get out there and keep swinging. All right, today we're gonna try another one of these refinished balls. This one is a Titleist Pro V1 X. So I'm not really the market for Pro V1 X's, but we're gonna see how it feels for a high handicapper, because a lot of high handicappers aren't in the market for these, yet they still buy them. So let's see if this feels like a normal golf ball or not. Okay, I didn't notice anything weird off the face of that. Went about as far as they always go for me, so that was good. Felt like it flew to what I expected it to. So let's see how it feels around this green. I always want to see it hit the bottom of the cup, man. All right, that ball launched. That thing went, man. Holy crap. I better be able to find this or I'm gonna be really mad. All right, so let's take a look at this thing after a few holes. It's a little dirty, but I don't know, maybe one little tiny scuff there. And I like the way this thing is coming off the face of the driver. Holy moly, that felt great. Nice little logo there. Thank you, Renew Golf Balls. Appreciate you hooking me up with that. Yeah, Pro V1 X, refinished. I'm playing the wrong golf ball because this is one of those refurbished Pro V1 X's.
Yeah.
And I've like crushed it the last couple times I got the damn driver out.
Too much distance.
Well, I mean, I never get like, I hit really, you know, short, so. Okay guys, of all those refinished balls that I've played,
I played the best with this one, and it's not even close. This Pro V1X, man, that ball worked for me as a 25 handicap. It may work for you, but it definitely worked for me. So give it a try. Get these at renewgolfballs.com for a lot less than a standard Pro V1X. Hey, your mileage may vary, but this is what I got today. So take care, keep swinging. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and subscribe. Bye.
So what do these balls have in common? They're all free. Everybody, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. Today we're going to be talking about the thing that I love the best, saving money. I am a very cheap golfer, and so I like to get by with really good stuff for really hardly any money. The best way that I know to do that is to use found golf balls. You can find Titleist, Callaway, Vice, all the big brands. And yeah, you can also find some crap. But I mean, when would that come in handy? Alright, so let's get started by looking at which courses are the best to find used golf balls. So public courses are number one, because a lot of the people that go to public courses are not great golfers, so they lose a lot of balls. And you know, a lot of the times they use pretty good balls as well. Country clubs though are where you really find like the Pro V1s, the TP5s, the really top of the top balls. Those country club dudes definitely do that. And of course, we gotta go to any type of a course with creek in the name, because they are just ball magnets that will, you know, suck the balls in there. Now here's the thing, I wouldn't go to a course with lake in the name, because unless you're a scuba diver, you're not going to be jumping in to get balls out of there. Creeks, on the other hand, are usually very shallow, and you can get in there and find things right on the bank, so a lot easier. Another good bet, courses with woods. So look at this course out in like Arizona or somewhere. There's nowhere for balls to hide here. Like, you know, there's just these palm trees and stuff. Now, but if you look at this course, which is a woodland course, lining both sides of the fairways are the thick trees. Lots of places for balls to go and get stuck, get hidden. People give up looking. They don't be tromping through the woods. Go for that. Okay, but where exactly on those courses should you go? Number one, woods lining holes. You know as well as I do, people hit the ball into the woods constantly from slices or severe hooks. Get in there and go a little bit further back into the woods. You will find tons and tons of balls on every course you can go to. Creek beds, especially around natural dams. So in a creek, there could be like a stick or a log that's going across the creek. That is a perfect place to catch balls that are washing down the creek, and you'll find tons and tons of balls there, guaranteed. The other thing is the side of the creek bed towards the hole, because people hit into it and sometimes the balls embed in the mud on that side. Ponds that have receded due to drought. I know I said no lakes. Ponds are a different story because the water level in those typically fluctuates depending on the amount of rain. When you get out there and it's been dry, the water recedes and you see all of these balls right around the edge, so you can just go in and pick them out. Thick rough. Get in there, dude. People can lose balls in places you wouldn't believe they couldn't find them. Just start walking a pattern in the thick rough, you know, raking with your ball retriever or a club. You're going to find some balls in there. If it's over an inch tall, there will be balls hidden in the rough, guaranteed at the end of the day. And also freshly cut rough. So get out there when the greenskeepers have just cut the rough down or the out of bounds down. Get out there early and look through. It's easy to see the balls that go under the blade of the lawnmower. A lot of times they won't even be touched or damaged by the blade. Also go after tournaments, because people don't look long for balls in tournaments. They only have like 3 minutes to look. So a lot of times they're just abandoned, and also people are playing their best balls in tournaments. So you're going to find a better quality of ball after those things have concluded, or you know, every day, honestly. And of course, during the beginning of the season, because of the optimism, the eternal optimism, everyone using the best balls they just got after Christmas. So you're going to have all of the Pro V1s, all the TP5s, all the real expensive balls will be used and lost right at the beginning of the season because people haven't gotten their swings back yet and they're using their best equipment. You can use this to your advantage as a ball searcher. So what do you need to get this job done? It's not real complicated. I mean, the number one thing is a ball retriever. You can get those on Temu or Amazon or wherever for really cheap. There's a secret weapon, the UV light. If you go out at night and take one of these UV flashlights, you can see it like glows with black light. The ball becomes neon and it's impossible to miss. Do that. You also need a willingness to get wet or dirty. I mean, you're going to get wet and dirty, so just be ready for that. Wear old stuff. And keep a bag in your golf bag so that you have, a bag available. If you find some good balls while you're out there, you can just whip it out, throw them in there, and you're good to go. All right, don't be stupid. Here are the caveats, the disclaimers for the idiots out there. What to avoid: getting arrested is number one. Trespassing is a crime. Do not be going out on people's private golf courses without asking for permission. The cops will get you and you'll have a bad day. Also, you want to avoid damaged balls. I mean, I know that you're going to get some crap balls in terms of like just throwaways, but you don't want balls that are going to be like really, really scuffed up, cut, all that kind of stuff. They're just not going to do you any good. So don't even bother taking those. And finally, don't drown. Don't get poison ivy. Wear gloves. Stay out of deep water. And please, for God's sake, watch for snakes. All right, so if you were like me and don't want to spend $50, $100 on golf balls, get out there, get your gloves on, get in those bushes, and just find some, man. Clean them up, bring them home. Some soap and water will be all you need. Just clean them up, put them in your bag, and you're going to be hitting them like the pros for $0, my friend. Let's let the people that want to spend hundreds of dollars on golf balls spend it. And then we will get the benefit when they knock them into the woods. A little bit of effort goes a long way. Get out there, do this, keep swinging. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.
It's supposed to be good for slower swing speeds. That's me. All right, guys, it's Joe with Sorta Like Golf. Today we're out here at Crossvines. We're going to be checking out the Snell Prime 2.0 ball to see how that gets along with us. This is a urethane cover on a two-piece ball, and it's supposed to be good for slower swing speeds. That's me. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll report back after the round.
Okay, so first thing right off the tee, it feels nice coming off the club face. Get impaled on the tracker here. The tracer, rather. So these fairway shots are going as far as I normally hit them. No problems there. This was the 35-degree chipper, and I hit that a little bit too hard. But even so, it stuck. When it hit the green, it didn't roll all the way, over the side of the hill, which is great. Which I rocket past the hole. That wasn't the ball's fault. That was my first hole, and they just aerated the greens, so they were much faster than I anticipated. Coming back up, I didn't quite give it enough, but we'll take that. Coming off the putter face, I thought this ball felt fine. So this ball is not made for correcting any type of, straightness issues. And you'll see I push it off to the right a little bit. That's just my natural shot shape. That rough was so deep, you couldn't even see the club face.
That rough is too thick. Wow. Yeah. I feel like I got punished for a decent shot there.
Okay, another fairway wood with the 5 wood. This is a long par 5. Long for me, at least. And skirted that bunker, but did not go in. That was my goal. This one I pushed off to the left a little bit, but still caught an edge of the green, which is great. And it stuck. I think that's one of the benefits of having the urethane cover. Nice little par 3, got it right on the green, and it stuck right on the green even with the 5-wood. Came off nice and soft off the putter. Yeah, the feel of that ball made it nice.
Okay, so let's check the condition of this ball after a few holes. A little mark here or there, nothing crazy. This one's a little bit more substantial. I've heard one of the criticisms of this ball is that it marks up pretty easy. So we'll keep an eye on that. But otherwise, so far so good.
Okay, another drive. This one, my shot shape worked out perfectly because it's a little tiny dog leg and it put me right over in the middle of the fairway. Ooh, that one I pushed big time, hoping for some trees. It kept it from going way too far. Now we're going to try and thread it through these trees. And it gets through, man. Missed the green a little bit, but that was the only angle I had. I didn't want to get too close to those big branches. And then I forgot to get that chip on, which was a great chip on, as you can see. Left me with an easy up and down. All right, last hole. Again, I'm like tree magnet today, but the shot shape worked for me and I hit the cart path. So we'll get to test and see how this thing does with cart path contact. This was a good approach shot. I just needed a little bit more oomph behind it. Still puttable again. Ooh, but it caught up on me. Good pace on this, just a little bit off to the right. I thought it would break a little bit, but it didn't. All right.
Okay, so Snell 2.0. After all these holes, I think on average it performs the way I expect a golf ball to perform for a high handicapper. This is not from cart path. This is just from regular play. This is what happens on the cart path, and you would expect that because this is a urethane ball. But if durability is your concern, just something to be aware of. But yeah, Snell 2.0. I think of the two Snell golf balls made for high handicappers, the Get Sum is probably my favorite, but this is a solid entry, and if you're looking for a urethane two-piece, this is where it's at. Thanks to Snell for hooking me up with some samples, and we'll catch you soon. I'm gonna play 3 with the TaylorMade TP5. The catch is, it's a refinished ball, so let's see how this feels. Should have hit that one. Definitely not the ball's fault on that I didn't hit it. Okay, after a couple holes with this refinished TP5, I gotta tell you, it feels absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. I'm hitting like the distances I normally hit. Felt actually better coming off the putter than the Pro V1 refinish that I used in a prior video. TP5 feels a little bit softer off the putter. So that's pretty interesting, but the ball's holding up fine. 0 scuffs, 0 marks. I mean, it's a TP5, y'all. What can I tell you? Great sort of like golf logo. Really appreciate Renew Golf Balls for hooking me up with these. Thank you. It's great. good souvenir, and I'm happy to get out here and try these things. I don't normally hit these kind of like pro level golf balls, so it's fun to be able to hit them. So great. I mean, it plays just as good or as bad as you do. I didn't notice any difference in this ball at all, and the price point is significantly less, so I don't know why high handicappers would shy away. There you go, sort of like golf. Give me a sub, give me a like. Thanks a lot, appreciate you, keep swinging. Get some. I'm not real sure I'm down with the name, but all right, guys, so the Snell Get Sum ball, where's the name? There it is, Get Some, Get Some. These balls fly like crazy. I can't wait to look at my yardages on this because they've been coming off the driver for sure. And they feel fine on the greens. But yeah, definitely coming off the driver. So that's a good thing. Okay guys, we're gonna play a few holes with this ball. This is one of Snell's balls that are made for slow swing speed, high handicap type golfers, just like me. So I won't talk too much through the thing. I just want to let you see how it performs. As you can see, it comes off the club really well. And I really like putting with this ball. You'll see as these holes go through, my putts are, the lag putts are just right there. But one of the big things is, coming off the face, it feels really good. And even though I didn't hit this right, it was pretty forgiving. It did not go into those woods, which is fantastic. Really like the feel with the chipper on this ball. Really, it was the putting though that where it shined. I think I two putted almost the entire round. They say that the core on this is bigger than their normal balls, and I can tell you for a fact that it really jumps off the club face. Now, I don't get a very good lick on it. I pulled the heck out of that, but even so, it went really far down the fairway for me. And that's not the ball's fault. Again, you'll get better distance on this than I will get on this shot. I'm just trying to make good contact at that point. This hole was a rough one. It gets better from here on out. This was one of my rare non-two putts.
Get it, darn. All right.
All right, so this par 3. Get a pretty good shot on this, and it goes successfully between those bunkers. So now just chipping on to get it onto the green there.
Get in. Get in. Get on. Oh gosh. Oh my, can you believe I didn't go all the way, man?
I can't believe it was like that, man. I can't believe that birdie didn't go in. That's cool, though. Get an awesome par. Yeah, I'm telling you, for a non-urethane ball, it really feels good off the putter. And I was hitting some of my longest drives that I've hit in a long time. fairway woods worked really well with that club as well. And, you know, even with the regular irons, it comes off the face really nicely. Again, just loving these putts. So yeah, this ball is specifically made for people like me, and you know, from what I could gather on this round today, it does it.
There he is. A little money on the line. His game stepped up. Right.
As you can see, my swing speed is very slow, and it's still getting some good distance for me. Another thing is the ball goes really straight. It doesn't have like special dimples or anything, but it definitely stays in the fairway.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, my Lord. A great speed. That's good.
Okay, so this ball is doing pretty well. I was playing it against the Snell 2.0, and 2.0 I wasn't vibing with today, but I was vibing with it the other day, so I'm going to give that one another shot at a different time. But this guy, I mean, so far, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's going the distances that I think it's supposed to go. It feels good coming off the club, and it putts well. So, I mean, what's not to like, other than the name? The name is killing me, y'all. It's killing me. Get some. Hey everybody, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. We're out here at Paint Branch today. We're going to be taking a look at the difference between a refurbished, recovered Pro V1 and a stock Pro V1. I'm a high handicap golfer. I have a real slow swing speed, and I don't hit the ball super far. But I want to compare, you know, if I wanted to try these balls, do I need to pay $50 for a box of them? Or can I get a significant discount for the same type of performance for my level of game? We're gonna hit a little self scramble. So we'll hit the best ball out of the two every time, and I'll let you know which one does better in terms of distance, and then also in terms of feel. I think that's important for golfers like me. So here we go. Okay, went past a little bit. This is the Pro V1, and over there is the refurbished. I mean, pretty much exact, man. Okay guys, this is becoming a theme. These balls aren't very different from each other. All right, just for giggles, let's take a look at one of these that has never been hit. So this is brand new. As you can see, they're marked clearly refinished. can just see like a very small hint of pattern on the finish, but it's like, I don't think if we go in the shadow, you would never in a million years see it. It's just because I'm in the super bright, ultra bright sunlight, and so far it's not doing anything to the ball flight or the control of the golf ball. So yeah, pretty cool. So big shout out to Renew Golf Balls. They're the ones that hooked me up with these balls for free, which is fantastic. That's why you see the sponsored thing up on the corner. I mean, I'm not getting paid for this. This isn't like them trying to buy a good review or something. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of these, but I do appreciate them. And so if you need refinished balls, go check them out. I'll link to them in the description. And yeah, thanks again. Really appreciate it. All right, so I didn't hit the refinish ball as well as I did the regular Pro V1 on that one, but that Pro V1 again went off to the right on me. So I don't know if that's a product of, or maybe more spin for the Pro V1, but you know, again, I'm looking up here, the distance is, man, it's almost the same. It's really almost the same. All right, guys, there's the recycled ball, or the refinished ball rather. And then right over there is the actual Pro V1. So, man, they're the same distance. What can I tell you? Okay, the Pro V1 went farther on that one, but that's only because I got to practice on the first one and hit it harder. They both came off the club face exactly the same from what I could feel. So yeah, no difference whatsoever in terms of feel coming off the face of the club. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the putter face, coming off the putter face. I can tell a little bit of difference coming off the putter face. The original finished Pro V1 comes off a little bit less clicky than the refinished one. The refinished one has a little bit of a kind of a harder feel to it. But I mean, that's not why I miss those putts. I'm not playing great golf today. But definitely there is a little bit of a difference. I mean, I've played golf balls that were terrible off the putter face. This is definitely not in that category. They feel fine. They're just, you know, one-to-one comparison. There's just a little bit of difference, that's all. Okay, I think I got a little better lick on that Pro V1 this time. So we'll see how both of these ended up. Felt like I got the refinished ball a little bit off the toe. So let's see how far it got, even with that suboptimal hit off the drive. Okay, so here's the refinished ball, pin high. But the Pro V1 definitely wins this one. It's right pretty close to the green. I can get it all in one shot here, so that's good. But that's really more of a function of my shot than it is the ball, I think, because the distances are about the same. And in fact, the refinished one actually went further than the Pro V1 did. I mean, look, they're like right next to each other, dude. Now let's see if I could have gotten that birdie.
Okay, I mean that I significantly outdrove with the refinished ball on that one. So, I mean, I have to tell you, I've played this golf course a lot, and I'm usually not quite getting to this 100 mark. These balls fly at least as far as the ones that I normally play, so that's great. Okay, here's where we ended up. They refinished on the green, the not refinished a little bit off of it. Okay guys, let's take one more look at the refinished ball after playing all these holes. I mean, a little bit of mud, no nicks, no nothing. Logo still looks good. Sort of Like Golf, please subscribe to Sort of Like Golf. Like this video, we really need the support. Thank you very much. And yeah, I think the verdict is pretty much in, for me at least.
Okay, so for high handicap golfers, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference here. The drives went the same distance for me. The approach shots, same distance for me. The only place I saw any difference at all was off the putter. Did feel a little bit different to have that original finish versus the refinish. But I mean, is it worth all the extra money? I gotta say no, not for a high handicap golfer. So, I mean, your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary, what can I say? But for me, I'm not gonna pay that extra money for a set of brand new Pro V1s and spend $60, $59. Nah, not happening.